Hey, hey, hey! We have successfully concluded the 20 amazing wines to drink in 2020. And friends, can you believe it? We're down to the last wine to be featured on this incredible list. Plus, we're also at the end of the year 2020. And what a year this has been! So many ups and downs, more downs than ups, I know. But you know what? We've survived this year, and that alone is reason enough to raise a toast. So, you already know what wine I'm talking about. Today, we're drinking champagne. I don't know about you, but I'm all for keeping away all form of austerity and bringing in good cheer, positive vibes, and happy feelings, not just for myself, but for everybody around me. I have this amazing champagne in my glass. It is GH Mumm's. GH Mumm is among the top 5 most popular champagnes in the world, and this is a champagne that is widely distributed all around the world. It is made in the region called Rance, which is in the north of France in a region called Champagne. And I don't need to tell you guys that champagne as a word is protected by law. In fact, no sparkling wine made anywhere else in the world other than in the region of Champagne can actually use the word champagne on the labels. Even wines that are made in all parts of France outside of the Champagne region are not allowed to use this very special, designated, and protected by law word. So, isn't champagne a really magic word? It really stands for success, sophistication, celebration, and it is no wonder that champagne is known as the wine for the kings and the king of all wines. Let's take a look at the pretty packaging of this bottle. I'm drinking Rosé Champagne, and therefore there is a rosé or a pink colored label with this very iconic red sash. This iconic red sash is very symbolic of knighthood in France. And what is amazing is no matter where this bottle is on a shelf, it's very easy to spot a bottle of GH Mumm just by identifying this iconic red sash running across the label. This is the Cordon Rouge Rosé Brut. Now, let's try this champagne in my glass, and it is it's a pink wine, but the truth is, in the glass, it looks more orangey to me. It's acquired these lovely, rich orange, sort of dark salmon tones, and yet it's still attractive. The beads, which is the bubbles, they're rising steadily to the top, and it's quite a beautiful sight to see that happen. Let's take a sniff. On the nose, the champagne is quite evolved. I get a lot of smoky notes, but underlying the smokiness, there is plenty of really rich red fruit, red cherries, red sort of cranberries coming through. There is also this crusty bread or like toasted bread notes that come through, very brioche-like. Maybe a touch of honey, because there is this, this sweetness that rises to the top of the glass. So that's kind of making the nose quite exotic. And yeah, I mean, it just comes across to me as a champagne that's quite rich and solid and bold in its expression and quite matured, which kind of indicates that perhaps it's been in the bottle for a few years now, and it's seen some level of evolution. Let's take a sip. The mousse of the champagne is really creamy. It's not aggressive, it's not frothy. It kind of, it's there and it's creamy and soft. In terms of flavors, the acidity is very much there. It's a nice, zesty drink, but the acidity, because of the maturity of the wine, it's quite integrated and quite rounded on the palate. In terms of fruit, again, there's some dried fruit spectrum that comes through on the palate, so more like sort of dried red cherries, dried cranberries coming through on the palate. There's a lot of smokiness that's coming through. There's a combination of smoky minerality that's kind of underlying the palate, and the finish is kind of medium to long. It's kind of there. What I'm enjoying about this wine is it's not very tart on the on the palate. It's not something that will make a person sort of feel, oh my god, that's just too sharp. It's got some body, it's got some depth, and it's got some breadth as well. So because of that, it's quite a robust sort of a champagne to enjoy. In terms of foods, I can think of enjoying this with some smoked salmon, some scallops, lots of stir-fry veggies which have got sort of miso glaze, or they've got soy sauce base, because there's quite a few savory sort of smoky flavors coming through which will complement these dishes really well. I can actually think about trying this also with some cheese which has pieces of cranberries in them, so that would work really well, which would be a combination of creamy, salty, and a little bit of sweet coming through. Just overall, a rosé champagne is very, very compatible. It can pair well with a variety of vegetarian dishes, all kinds of greens which are tossed together, either in the form of stir fries or even salads. So it's quite a compatible wine. And in terms of price points, the price of this one is 7,300. I know that sounds steep just on the face of it, but let me tell you guys, champagnes in India, after all the taxes and everything that we pay, are so expensive. I would say this is one of the most value for money champagnes available in India. So yeah, relatively speaking. So I would say if you're looking for sort of an everyday drinking, you want to reach out for a glass of champagne or pour champagne, or better still, gift some champagne on New Year's Day, for Christmas, for birthdays, for anniversaries, any kind of occasions, and you're looking to add a bit of panache to your gifting, then I would say gifting a bottle of GH Mumm champagne. You can never go wrong. And then the rosé is always a tad bit more special than just a white, brut. So, well, that was that, and that ends our 20 amazing wines to drink in 2020. Guys, I just want to tell you, you've been such a fantastic audience. You've been sharing so many comments with us. You've shared such lovely, kind words, so much love we've received. I've had a blast doing this, but I'll see you on the other side, which is in 2021, with a whole new series of videos on new topics, new themes, new level of fun and enjoyment, but all in wine. So I wish you all great success, good health, and all the magic there is in the world for the year 2021. Have a wonderful celebration with lots of love from me to you. Cheers.